So now we're going to go to some reviews, and only one Columbus review, guys, because it's very long. Okay.
Oh, good. This is not surprising because, again, like I said, I would think people would get really upset about this compared to other products and services.
And as we said earlier, surliness. It's very listen, I think it's like going to the record store. I think you should know that that's going to be part of the experience. Yeah. You know what I mean? Is that like, if you get a tattoo artist that's like really nice, you just consider yourself lucky. You know what I mean? Because I've been in these places before and they're just kind of like a lot of times very surly. So Mike went to High Street Tattoo, which is actually by my house. I live near this place. And it has 4.2 stars. So Mike is an outlier in this review, but he gave him 1 star. And he goes, I had ridden my bike to this shop on a summer Sunday. I'd fallen off my bike on the way and had a scratch on my arm. As soon as I got there, I had asked to bring my bike inside because there wasn't a bike rack. The front desk woman called someone over. I believe he was the manager and named Josh. He had tattoos all over his face. He asked where my bike was, and I said in the entrance of the shop at the bottom of the stairs. He went and looked and then said to me, does this look like a motor vehicle shop? Which is weird because bikes don't have motor vehicles, and it's fairly common to bring a bike into a place that you're going to be spending time at. And he goes, I started to say that my bicycle isn't a motor vehicle, but I decided not to argue back. He made a few more comments, then told me to take the bike outside. I said that I'm planning on spending money and do not want my bike to get stolen. He could have just said no instead of being a smart ass. And then he looked at me and he said, what do you want? I told him that I drew a tattoo that I wanted on a tattoo creator app on my phone, and then started looking for the app in the picture that I had drew. He cut me off and asked me what a tattoo creator app was. So
listen, you
gotta leave.
You get out of there, man. They don't want you there. They don't like you. They had you pegged right when you fucking walked in that you're a little fucking nerd. You're a little fucking computer app nerd, and they don't want to fucking hang out anywhere near you. They don't want your business. Like, he was fucking, he's making fun of you. Like, this guy was like some cool ass tattoo guy with fucking tattoos on. He's like, this ain't a fucking motor vehicle. He's like, he's fucking with the guy, and then the guy, what do you want? Like, I can just picture this scene, and I really do like it. I really do. I really like this scene a lot.
It's great. It goes on. It's so good.
It does.
It gets weirder and weirder as you go. And you can tell that's the truth. And like, I read in a lot of tattoo forums that if somebody comes in and he seems like kind of a dork, that they'll just, and they don't want to do it. He seems like he's going to be annoying and write a long 1-star review. That they'll a lot of times just quote them a price that they would never pay, but if they do pay it,
then it's
worth a whole bunch of fucking money. It was worth it.
Yeah. But that would make sense that they'd see somebody like this and be like, yeah, only for about like $800 am I going to spend 5 hours with this fucking dude.
And can I say also, there's a line in here that's really illustrative of what the customer was like, is when he says, I'm planning on spending money.
Oh, God.
Every customer in the world ever?
Right. They're all planning on it.
Every guy that walks in here?
Every single customer in the history of the world?
This guy was toast the second he said tattoo design app.
Yeah.
Those words come out of his mouth. He is dunzo.
That's what I'm saying. He brings his fucking phone out, and the guy, he even said, the guy cut him off. Like, don't fucking give me your phone to show me an app, man. I don't even want to see that shit.
An app, and like, also you're coming in there and being like, here's this. I want it exactly like, because a lot of times tattoo artists, they'll do the flash stuff. I think it seems like a more sticky situation when you bring in a design.
Yeah.
to me. Like from what I've been reading of the places, some of the artists are kind of like, well,
they only
work with it.
Yeah, they only do certain styles, some artists and stuff too, right? Sometimes you'll come in and you'll bring something and it's like, I can't do a tattoo in that style. I don't tattoo in that style. I have no, so yeah, it doesn't always work that way. For the most part, yeah, walk-ins will do like off the wall or like their own designs and stuff, or work with you a little bit. And then otherwise you'll have a tattoo artist like Rax, you'll have someone, then you can like work with them and say, this is the design I want. Maybe they'll do a design of it or whatever and stuff like that.
I love the line though. He goes, he cut me off and asked me what a tattoo creator app was. I then stated that it was a mobile application that is used to sketch tattoos, as the name implies.
Well, sir, it's actually a mobile application that's that sketch tattoos, as the name implies.
Hey, it does your job for you. Also, I'm gonna leave my bike in the basement of your building. Fuck you.
Do you have anywhere that I could keep do you have something I could wipe off my glasses with? They fogged up a little bit.
He is such this guy. I would want him out.
Yeah.
I can already read that his vibes are
this guy is such a dork, man. Coming in on his bike with his fucking helmet on. He's got his helmet on and shit.
He's got his application ready to go.
Not ready to go. He's scrolling through his phone.
He's scrolling through his phone trying to find the app. I think it's on the second
10
page
full seconds
here.
of silence.
When did I know I have the folders here.
YouTube video? I know he's trying to show him a YouTube video. He goes, right when I showed him the picture, he said very loudly that he would not put that tattoo on himself while looking disgusted. So I asked why. He repeated, saying that he wouldn't put that tattoo on a customer, totally ignoring my question. After the third time that I asked him why, he finally responded. He said that the tattoo is too flat because it was sketched with Adobe. Dork, man, this guy's such a geek.
I hate him.
I then repeated what I had said earlier, that it was made on a mobile app tattoo creator, and that I know that it was flat. Hence the whole reason I wanted to come in and speak to an artist. I was mostly ready to walk.
Mostly. So hang on. There's still a part of him. He's like, this guy, it seems like this guy could have fucking horse slapped him. And he still would have been like, I would like 15% off for that place.
He's standing there like, this is going okay. I mean, I kind of want to walk, but maybe it's going to work out.
This guy has zero, he can't sense that the situation is bad. It seems like. He goes, I then repeated what I had said earlier, that it was okay and flat. Hence the whole reason I came to speak to an artist. I was almost ready to walk on because of how rude this guy was and also how idiotic he was.
Oh, boy. He
did not seem interested in my inquiries at all and was very unwilling to help in any sort of way. From here, everything became worse.
How much worse can it get?
It went downhill from here. I thought we were in the bottom of the pit. There's lower on the.
He goes, from here, everything became worse. He asked what I wanted to do with my horrible drawing. This guy is bored. He was bored, and now he's just like messing with this nerd.
I hope he said it exactly like that. I hope he said, so what do you want to do with your horrible drawing?
Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I repeated myself again, stating that I wanted an artist to look at it and see what they could do with it. He said, we can't just let an artist speak with you about your drawing.
Idiot.
Quote drawings and quote. We can't just have an artist look at your quote drawing. He actually used quotation symbols with his hands when he said drawing.
Oh God, this is such a self-own, this review.
Yeah, man.
I think he's the protagonist of this situation.
This is crazy that he wrote this all in the review. This is like, hey, check out this story about how horrible these people are, and every single thing is just like, and then a fucking seagull came and pulled my pants down. He goes, I let it slide.
Oh God, I bet you did.
This guy is such a doormat.
I let it slide.
You let
I told him that I am going to buy a tattoo, but I wanted to speak with an artist first to see their ideas with it.
Oh, you are not going to buy a tattoo.
Oh my God.
You are not going to be allowed to.
If this ends with him getting a tattoo, this is going to be incredible.
You sit with him for like, get one of those tattoos that take like 3 hours, and you're sitting with this guy that clearly fucking hates you.
Right.
He like does not want to tattoo you. You're a dork. It's okay. We're sometimes dorks. He said no. I told him that I'm willing to put down a deposit.
Can I give you a little bit of money up front, sir?
Would that maybe change your attitude?
Would that change your attitude, perhaps?
Oh,
George Washingtons?
Oh, not the Washingtons.
Yeah, I told him that I'm willing to put down a deposit so it wasn't wasting company time. He said, no, we can't just customize your experience. This is a business, not a hotel.
What?
I then told him that it says on the website that the staff will customize each customer's experience to their own needs and satisfaction.
Oh, you are citing his own website back to him. That
He's
is
never
a dark
been to
place.
some other fucking nerd that he makes fun of made the website, man. He doesn't ever seen that thing before.
He has no idea what he goes, when I said this, he just kind of looked at me strange. I told him that I wanted to know what the tattoo's going to look like before I get it put on me. He said, well, duh. I sighed and said, okay, well, then get an artist for me to speak with.
Get an artist, fuck
I feel like this guy probably is an artist that he's talking to, right?
Absolutely,
Most likely this guy's a tattoo artist that he's speaking to, yeah.
He then rudely asked me if I had heard what he said about custom customer experiences. I replied saying that I did, and did he hear himself when he said, yeah, duh. This guy's just talking in circles. I then said, okay, how about this? I put down a deposit or whatever you want. Then How
about this? I will literally do anything you want right now. I will do you can do anything to me right now. How about that? How about that? How about I get fucking naked and you go to town on me with whatever you can think of? What's going on with this guy wrote this review?
I know. And it's funny because it keeps getting nastier and nastier. And he keeps saying, well, what if I gave you a deposit? Then what?
He's like, he said, or whatever you want.
Whatever you want. He goes, I put down a deposit or whatever you want. Then I'll speak with an artist. That artist can draw up a few ideas based on my sketch and then text or email me the ideas and I can choose from those. He even said no to this idea. He doesn't want your money, sir.
They don't want. He could not have made it more clear. I think maybe there's something where he's like legally not allowed to tell you, just but he's trying to tell you to leave.
I mean, the thing about this procedure, like you speak with an artist and then they draw up a couple possible sketches and show them to you, that is totally normal. So it is strictly on the strength of this guy's dog shit vibes that he's being told, these are things that we can never, ever do, no matter how much money you are willing to throw at me right now. Like, he's so odious that the money he clearly has. This guy smells like he has money to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right.
They don't even care. They don't even care. You're right. They're just like, there's something so objectionable about this man that they're just like, you could give me $20,000 right now. You're not sitting in that chair,
And then, I mean, like, that is fair if he's because he seems very annoying.
Yes. Oh, most definitely. I think that is really what it is. I think is they're just getting a vibe of like, this guy's just going to be fucking annoying and cause trouble and like
he's going to complain about whatever we give him. You can
He's going
tell.
to like revisions on everything. He's going to take up a bunch of time and like he's going to be calling us and like and it's just, I think this guy made a very good judgment call. The face tattoo guy made a good judgment call, I think.
All he got was a shitty review. It could have been so much worse than a shitty review.
Yeah. I then asked him, so how does this so-called shop work? He replied, well, like every other shop out there, you pick a tattoo, you sit in a chair, an artist comes and draws a tattoo on your skin with a tattoo gun. I said, well, yeah, that's how it works, but I'm supposed to have a tattoo already picked out, even though it's a custom sketch done by myself. He started to just walk away from me without.
Shit.
That's I will say I have done this a couple of times to people, and it is the most disrespectful thing that you can do, in my opinion, is that they start talking and you just walk away from them as they're talking.
It feels awesome.
It feels awful to have it happen to you, and it feels awesome to do it to someone who's being really shitty. Yeah.
He goes, I started to walk away from me without replying. As he started walking away, he noticed that my arm was skinned a little. It wasn't technically bleeding, but the skin was rubbed off a little bit from when I had fallen off of my bike.
Oh, shit. Okay, this is kind of a good story because I forgot about
the scrape.
The scrape, and I thought, oh, that's in the time. I was like, oh, I guess it's like in a good movie, or like, oh, is that a detail?
Chekhov's scrape.
Should that be, should we remember that? And I was like, no, it's probably just a detail he threw in, but here it comes.
Because this part's when I started to get very upset.
He's just starting now.
now I'm really
I can't imagine what happened because this guy was so disrespectful to him and didn't seem to upset him at all.
He came back up to me and started yelling at me about how I have blood all over me. He started freaking out, saying that I'm contaminating his shop with my dirty DNA.
He really hated this guy so much.
Don't get your nerd blood all over my good, clean floor.
This is what I'm guessing. And I know, of course, we're taking the side of the shop owner, so we're giving him the benefit of the doubt in every way. But I imagine that this guy was like started getting a little bit like, he was like getting a little testy, and the guy's like, well, that's not the way it should work in there. And like, sort of like, and then when he noticed the blood on him, like it was in response. He was mad now at this guy. He had done something to make him mad. And now the tattoo shop owner was just like, look at you with your fucking bleeding in here. Then he started getting upset with them. That's how
DNA. He goes, as he said this, the front desk woman went and got me a dry paper towel. I blotted the scrape, which of course didn't help because it wasn't bleeding. It was just some skin rubbed off. Ew. As I blotted the scrape, he was saying things like, ew, horrible hygiene, and other rude comments.
Why would you tell this part, dude?
The part where he was owning you and making fun of you in a really funny way.
As I went to throw out the paper towel, he said that I'm getting blood all over his shop. He yelled this at me, by the way. I replied saying that there really isn't any blood on the paper towel. He said, look at your hands. You have blood all over your hands. I looked down and there was no blood. He then kicked me out. And that is the story of this man's 1-star review.
That is so I think that was probably the owner of the shop as well, that he was speaking to, who was probably also a tattoo artist. And that was one of the better reviews I've heard, probably. A really good story, top to bottom, good characters.